Who else loves Kentucky Fried Chicken? I know I do. That's why we're going to try and make our own version right at home. And maybe even crack the secret recipe. So to make the fried chicken, I'm going to start off with a simple brine. For that, you're going to need to add 1 litre of water into a big saucepan or a big bowl, 2.5 tablespoons of fine salt, 1 tablespoon of MSG. Give it a good mix, then pour into a container. Add your chicken pieces into the brine, cover, and leave in the fridge for 3 hours. So I'll be trying out 2 recipes today. One that's adapted from the internet, and one that I've been working on for a while. For the first recipe, start off by adding 2.5 tablespoons of salt to a bowl, 1.5 tablespoons of dried basil, and 1.5 tablespoons of dried thyme, 1 tablespoon of mustard powder, 4 tablespoons of smoked paprika, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, 3 tablespoons of white pepper, and 1 tablespoon of ground ginger. Give it a good mix, then add in 270 grams of plain flour. Now for my version. Start by adding 1 tablespoon of salt to a bowl, along with ground black pepper, cracked tellicherry pepper, half a teaspoon of ground white pepper, half a teaspoon of ground coriander, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger, 1/4 teaspoon of marjoram, 1/8 of a teaspoon of sage, half a teaspoon of summer savoury, 2 teaspoons of sugar, and 1 tablespoon of MSG. Give it a good mix, then add in 270 grams of plain flour. Mix it all in. And now I have both flour mixes ready. For the wet mix, combine 2 eggs and 250 ml of milk, give it a good whisk and save aside for later. Once the chicken's been primed, place on kitchen roll to dry the wet chicken. Then dunk your chicken into the wet mix, then into the flour, coating it all the way through. Then place on a cooling rack to drain excess flour. Then get a pot of rapeseed oil to 150 degrees Celsius. Add your chicken and cook for 10 to 12 minutes until lovely and golden brown and cooked all the way through. So now it's time to put both these recipes to the test. So I'm going to go with the online recipe first and see how that goes. That is really good fried chicken, but it's not KFC. Like, not even really close. Like, KFC has like peppery, like that MSG taste to it, but yeah, this chicken is great, but it doesn't have that same taste as KFC. Really good though, but just not the same. Anyway, let's just try the second one. Time to try the second one. Okay, so the problem with the second one is that it just needs a bit more pepperiness in it. KFC one is very peppery. This one still has a little bit of pepper in it, but it needs more pepper in it. So I've got to find a different way to tackle this. So I'm gonna go back to the drawing board here. So I took some time to think about it and came up with something that gives you more of a peppery taste that you would expect from KFC. I first started off with toasting 1 tablespoon of black peppercorns and 2 teaspoons of coriander seeds. I'm hoping by toasting the spices it will bring out more of the flavour. I toasted them till they were fragrant, then I placed them in a coffee grinder along with 2 teaspoons of ground white pepper, 2 teaspoons of summer savoury, 3/4 teaspoons of sage, half a teaspoon of marjoram, and half a teaspoon of thyme, 3/4 teaspoon of ground ginger, 1 tablespoon of cayenne pepper, 1 teaspoon of citric acid. Then place the lid on, not struggling like I'm doing. Anyway, you want to grind it until it forms into a powder. Then place on a bowl, add 1 tablespoon of coarse black pepper and 1 tablespoon of cracked black pepper. Then add 2 tablespoons of salt and 2 tablespoons of MSG and 1 tablespoon of sugar. Mix it all together, then combine 270 grams of plain flour and 1 tablespoon of corn flour just to give it a bit of crispiness. Then cut your brine chicken in egg wash and flour. Fry for 10 to 13 minutes and enjoy. I'm going to try test 3 now and see whether hopefully that one's the last one, but I'm going to find out. So here it is. So that's definitely a lot closer to KFC than a lot of the other recipes that I did. Not 100% though, but a lot closer, definitely a lot closer. The taste was there, the taste of MSG, the pepperiness was there, Just maybe a bit more salt or MSG maybe. But I definitely think I got close. Well, that's it for today, guys. I've eaten way too much fried chicken. I don't think I can even eat anymore, to be honest. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have, feel free to like and subscribe for more amazing food recipes. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.